Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga Etc. and I'm here to bring in the review for Tenmaku Cinema Manga Chapter 11. So first and foremost, the director does not read the script. Now I am disappointed, but I'm not surprised because I did say it was a possibility that he might not read it. I wanted him to read it. I was really rooting for him to read it simply because we can get another perspective of this so-called amazing script. And this perspective would have been someone within the pro industry. So it could have possibly have been different to everybody else's opinion of who've got it of it so far, which has all have been students, regardless of Kurai being a professional actor herself. Therefore, she's probably read a whole load of scripts at the end of the day, and it was implied within the last chapter as well. Still a student, still has the mindset of a student, still has a lot to learn about being an actor. So therefore, student mentality for her as well. So we didn't get a chance for the director to read the scripts. He pretty much handed it back to them. We get the reveal that he in fact knew that something was up all along. He knew that Hajime wasn't there just for pleasure. He was there for business as well. And he's like, all right, cool. Once this is all said and done, because he realized he's a filmmaker himself. He's going to be making this movie, the script. He's like, all right, cool. When it's all said and done, run that back to me, and I'm going to watch it. So we will get his opinion on the show as a whole, but not purely on the script. And I feel like that's a more important thing to get the opinion on. But yeah, we will see as a whole. I kind of feel like it will be just before the competition where just before the competition, he's probably gonna say it's okay, it's good overall, but it probably might you probably list out a few faults. However, I feel like by the time he gets to see it, it'll be too late to make any changes. So they're gonna have to go through and enter it how it is. I also feel like a comment from him, what the comment from him will come and see will be that this has the possibility of winning, but I don't think you're going to win. And I personally don't want him to win this competition as well. I've laid out my reasons for that as well. So, but that's where I think we're going with that. So I've said previously at some point I feel like Hajime and Kurai will be friends or lovers. Maybe lovers and friends. But anyway, but I did also mention, I can't remember when I mentioned it. I think I might have been in the first review where I said I feel like Kurai probably has no friends. And I was under the impression that because she's an actor, but also going to public school, she probably has a very bad relationship with her peers, and we see that kind of basically throughout this chapter throughout this chapter when we go into the flashback. We also see how she was kind of, maybe she didn't even want to be an actor at first, because I feel like as a child her mum was kind of forcing her, well, her parents were kind of forcing her into it. But back to the friends aspect, we see how her life was growing up as a child. She didn't have very much friends, and she now sees Hajime as her friend. And now I personally still think that their relationship up until now has been solely business, and there is room for to this friendship level. But we do see that for at least Kurai, she sees Hajime as a friend. She doesn't outright tell him that within the chapter. She was on the tip of the tongue of telling him that, I reckon, but she does refer to him as her friend. Refers to him as a friend to like the director and everybody else within the studio, because she sees them as family, and she was really psyched about bringing him, kind of like kind of like a girlfriend bringing a boyfriend over to the house for the first time. I'm just saying. But yeah, that kind of vibe was there. So that was there. Those two things are the most important things to come out of this chapter, at least for me. But there is a little bit more to it, where we find out, up until now, they've been filming scenes rather here and there. I can't remember the exact term. I think it's called. No, it wasn't called. I can't remember the term, but it was a term used for when you film things out of order. And now they're gonna start filming the other scenes which involve other actors. And we have this bit of who's he playing? I can't remember who he's playing, but it was a whole thing with Beto, I think his name is, and he was reluctant at first to play a certain character, trying to pass off to somebody else, but at the end of the day he was convinced. And we kind of leave off the chapter with Hajime just planning up all night, just the night before they start filming, up all night, just writing notes. So I feel like going to the studio was a good idea for him, because it seems like he's learned a lot. But at the end of the day, regardless of what he's learned, can he put it into practice? One, and two, there should still be loads more for him to learn. The fact that he was up all night, would that affect him tomorrow? I need my sleep, but he might not. But we will see. I'm going to give this chapter a 3-star rating, and like always guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, but most importantly, take care, have a nice day.